Episode 13 Geeta Mosquita takes back the spotlight. The spicy showdown continues. This narrative is proudly brought to you by Police Speaks For You. At Police Speaks For You, we are committed to empowering individuals, especially those with disabilities or learning challenges, through innovative text-to-speech and voice recognition technology. Police Speaks For You is more than just software. It's a tool for self-expression, connecting people with the world in meaningful ways. By blending the richness of history with cutting-edge technology, Police Speaks For You demonstrates that every voice, whether preserving the past or shaping the future, has the potential to inspire. While we strive to make the story engaging, our primary focus is on storytelling itself. The visuals are secondary. We are showcasing the remarkable capabilities of text-to-speech software that bring these stories to life. Geeta here, everyone! Finally, I've taken back the mic from Rajesh because, let's be honest, he doesn't really know how to tell a story. He's always making me sound like I'm some kind of spicy food monster. I mean, sure, the Bombay curry was a bit fiery, but come on, the cops survived, didn't they? They even asked for seconds. I'm telling you, I'm a culinary genius, and it's time I got the respect I deserve. So, grab your chai and listen up, because the real story begins now. It all started on a lovely Friday morning. The birds were chirping, the sun was shining, and Shanti was already grumbling about something or the other. This woman, I tell you, has a talent for waking up in a bad mood. Geeta, did you see the price of instant coffee these days? You could buy a whole sheep with what they're charging for Jacobs. Who needs fancy coffee anyway? Instant is just fine, and all. I tried my best to ignore her. You see, I was busy preparing for my next big culinary adventure. After conquering the cops at KFC, I got a phone call from none other than Chef Jamie Oliver. Yes, you heard me right, the British superstar chef himself. Apparently, word of my curry had spread all the way to London, and now they wanted me to make an appearance on South Africa's National Barai Day. But before I could even bask in the glory of it all, Shanti hit me with another gem. You're not thinking of using our grocery money to buy those expensive spices again, are you? We're still recovering from the Bombay curry incident. Shanti. My biggest fan and my biggest critic all wrapped in one fiery little package. Fast forward to Barai Day, and let me tell you, I was ready. I had my apron, my spices, and my secret weapon, my delicious Barai curry samosas. I figured, why just stick to grilling when I could add a touch of Indian flair to the whole thing? Fusion, darling, it's all the rage. But of course, things can never go smoothly when Shanti's around. As we started setting up for the Barai, she kept looking over my shoulder, sniffing at my ingredients like a bloodhound on a mission. Are you sure you're not putting too much masala in there? She asked, arms crossed, eyebrows raised. Shanti, please, I said, trying to remain calm. I know what I'm doing. This is going to blow people's minds. Yeah, well, let's hope it doesn't blow their mouths off like last time, she muttered under her breath. Now, here's where things get interesting. Just as I was about to throw my marinated lamb chops on the fire, I noticed Rajesh, bless his clueless soul, trying to start the Barai with what looked like half a bottle of paraffin. My heart nearly stopped. Rajesh! What in the world are you doing? I screamed. He looked at me with that innocent, confused face of his. What? I thought this would help it light faster. Faster? You're going to blow us all to Durban with that thing. In a panic, I grabbed the paraffin bottle and shoved it away, while Shanti stood by, shaking her head. See, this is why you should leave the Barai to the professionals. Once the fire was safely under control, thanks to me, of course, I started grilling the lamb, the chicken, and my famous samosas. Everything was going perfectly until it wasn't. You see, what I didn't realize was that while I was focused on my culinary masterpieces, Rajesh had wandered off to chat with the neighbors, leaving the barai unattended. Big mistake. Huge! Within minutes, the flames had gone rogue, and before I knew it, half the samosas were on fire. I tried to save them, but it was too late. My beautiful golden triangles had turned into charcoal crisps. And what was Rajesh doing while all this was happening? He was sipping tea and talking about cricket like nothing was wrong. Rajesh! I yelled, waving my tongs at him like a madwoman. Do you see what's happening here? He looked over, took one glance at the flaming samosas, and said, "Oh, is it too late to save them?" I could have screamed. But before I could, Shanti chimed in with her usual sarcasm. Well, I guess we are having barai kol instead of samosas today. At least it's got some crunch. The day wasn't a total disaster, though. Despite the flaming samosas and Rajesh nearly blowing us all up, the rest of the food turned out pretty good, amazing, if I do say so myself. The neighborhood aunties were impressed, and even Shanti had to admit that the lamb chops were alright. But the real kicker? Later that evening, as we were cleaning up, Shanti looked at me and said, "You know, Geeta, you're not so bad at this barai thing after all. Maybe next time, we will invite the KFC cops back. They might even survive this time." And that, my friends, is how I survived the great barai day fiasco. Rajesh may be hopeless when it comes to cooking, and Shanti may have her opinions, but at the end of the day, we make a pretty good team. And all. So, tune in next time to see what crazy culinary disaster I will cook up next. And remember, when life gives you samosas, don't set them on fire. If you're enjoying this story, please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue creating content that educates and empowers. To learn more about South Africa's leading accessibility software and to support our dyslexic-friendly initiative, visit www.polyspeaks4u.co.za. Drop a comment if you want more information. Thank you for watching this video.